So my name is Max Orston. I'm a 10th grader at Rick's. I like to write, read, watch TV, hang out with friends. I guess just normal high school stuff. My MIP project, I tried to make an original and custom wireless charger. The technology that I was working with, it's not as advanced as I had hoped that it would be. So it was sort of just this homemade wireless charger, completely original. In terms of functioning, didn't function as I hoped it would turn out. It didn't have enough power to actually charge my device, but it did actually transmit power, which, for me, that's a win. So it was really exciting. Going through the steps for MYP, your teacher, or there's online tools everywhere that'll help you either when it comes to writing your report, doing research, your annotated bibliography, or trying to find a mentor. There's always something online, or just ask your teacher or your peers that'll help you. So there's always a document at your disposal that'll guide you through the steps as to how you organize your work, your research. The MYP is for everyone. Like I said, you could do research whatever you want, talk about whatever you want. So it's honestly free for all. So you might not be the most organized person, but it'll still be a fun experience to actually work with MYP.
How would you say that?
I had an interesting experience with MIP. It wasn't bad. It was actually pretty fun. I had a lot of time comparing projects with peers, setting up in the auxiliary gym, presenting my project. So yeah, it was actually really enjoyable. Plus, I was able to relate more to my friends and peers because they were doing the same project, they had the same deadlines. They weren't actually doing the same thing I was actually doing, but same due dates, same everything. So we could relate better, and we were able to talk.
And a little bit about yourself.
My name is Zoe Siegel. I'm in 10th. Wait. Okay. I'm in 10th grade at Riverwood, and I really enjoy pretty much all of my classes. I really find history and science the most interesting. I really like hanging out with my friends, listening to music, and getting my homework done as fast as I can so I don't have to do it after. It appeals to everyone, no matter what kind of student or who they are. I think that's a really important thing to realize when you consider what MYP does for students. It lets them each explore their own interests but still follow the same guidelines and assignments that will help them progress as a student, but kind of in their own realm of what they want to study. I really loved my project. I found it really, really fun. I got to explore this really personal aspect of the MYP personal project because it's titled a personal project and everyone chooses their own personal topic. But I really feel like my topic was truly a personal look into my personal life through the 1-second videos. And along with a compilation of these videos, which was my product in the end, I kept a running blog of my experience and that answered questions that I asked myself throughout the process, like what would happen if I didn't want to film? What would happen if there was a really bad day that I didn't really want to remember anything from? What would happen if I had too much to remember that I wanted to film too many 1 seconds and I only had one to film? It just kind of documented everything I went through the process. IP was important because it really let me explore what I'm interested in, and it lets you go into these different genres of learning and education that you might have no prior learning or experience in, that you gain this new education in, and you can easily take this on further with you, even if it's not going to be a thing you study or a subject you study in college or in a later course in high school. It can be something you decide to continue out of school or even just experiment with and decide that you don't like it. I think it's just important to explore ourselves as people and as students, and I think MYP gives a great opportunity to do that. For all these kids who are going to do MYP, I would say definitely make a schedule, because the work, it's a lot, but if you choose something that you're really interested in, which is another piece of advice, it becomes not so much a burden, but just a to-do list of things that you have to do to progress your project, which I think becomes really important, because if you choose something that you like and you get invested in it, no matter if you're experimenting or if you have a prior learning in it, prior education or anything like that, it becomes this, I'm going to learn more, I'm going to invest myself, I'm going to get more out of this the more I put in. And I think that's really important to remember about the MYP project.
I love that. That's